you and I both have had a few opinions about this. Broadcom, so good result. Market hated it. What's going on?
Yeah, so Broadcom beat on nearly everything except the revenue guide that was off expectations by 1%. That's $135 million on $14 billion. I digress. I just want to say, CEO and CFOs take note. This is the way to do the call. Hawk 10, it was a freaking masterpiece. Insights into the overall market, how Broadcom was playing, detail after detail, splitting the market very crisply between AI and non-AI. Dan, the Q&A was 39 minutes long, okay? I think everybody got a whack at least one or two questions. And Hawk very patiently, sometimes, they asked the same question. He didn't get necessarily irritated, but that's the way to do that. Okay. Strong results, 3 factors. AI revenues continue to grow, and they go strongly. Second thing, VMware bookings are accelerating, and 3 non-AI semis have stabilized, which is crazy because the broadband market is still in the toilet based on the telcos and the SP. So let's start off with VMware, right? What I loved is Hawk just came right out and said, we said pre-acquisition, we're going to deliver $8.5 billion in EBITDA within 3 years of the acquisition. Where are they? Well on the path to achieving or exceeding this goal in the next fiscal 25. Okay, so that's, I don't know, what is that? 2 years early? 1 year early? It's early. Knock it out of the park. ABV, annualized booking values, up 32%. Yeah, I mean, VMware is going well. But Dan, I think the meme was VMware is just like, crazy. Customers are canceling their contracts and rolling their own KVM or going to Nutanix or Red Hat.
Hypervisor, baby.
We want to do that. Well, it's not in the cards right now. Listen, am I Babe roofing this one? I mean, there will be customers that will leave. I get that. Okay.
I think he's actually ushering them out. He's carrying their suitcases. He's offering. Hawk himself is like, let's go.
Yeah, this is something that companies like SAP should have done like years ago. And by the way, VMware on its own would never have done this. Okay, let's snap into semis. First of all, 11 plus billion forecast for AI going to 12. 2/3 of that is XPU or accelerator, and 1/3. By the way, that's $8 billion in XPUs. That's almost twice as big as AMD's data center business. Okay. So factual, it goes NVIDIA, Broadcom, and AMD. And inside AI semis, custom AI accelerators grew 3.5x. Fabric Ethernet switching, that's Jericho, Tomahawk 5 and Jericho 3 AI, 4x growth. Lasers and PIN diodes, 3x. PCI Express switches, doubled. But hey, there's non-AI to AI too, which was just very eloquently up sequentially, right? Hawk believes they hit the bottom in Q2 and Q3. Non-AI networking was up 17% sequentially, even though it was down 41% year on year. And then bookings, demand is up 20% sequentially. And all of this, even though broadband is still in the toilet. CEOs, CFOs, take note. Watch how Hawk does it. Hawk and Charlie show. Just do what they do.
Hawkonomics, baby. Hawkonomics.
Totally.
Did I trademark that? I don't know. Maybe someone else
should. Did you? Are we going to debate on who's? No, you said that.
I said that first.
I know.
I don't get a lot of firsts, but I occasionally say so. Like I said, my historic rise to relevance is all about one-liners. It's never about depth. That's what you're for, buddy. I'm kidding. I love you all.
I'm so much older. I'm like 60 years old, Dan. You're like 30.
I won't hold that against you.
Like twice your age. I never hold your inexperience against you.
Yeah, except when you do. So listen, I went on. I did an interview this morning on Yahoo Finance on this topic. I think you missed the email. I appreciate everyone for having me. But I had a chance. Listen, first of all, Broadcom's fine. 60% EBITDA top line. I mean, look, only NVIDIA returns more EBITDA on revenue than Broadcom does. I mean, Hawk runs an amazing business, and the distribution and diversification, he's running this. This isn't some new cutting edge future part. I mean, of course, those XPUs are, but like he's also selling like, wireless controllers, PCIe cards, and he's still making this kind of money. That's what Hawk does. That's why, like, when people get all disenfranchised, I'm like, why? This is a great business. It just puts off tons and tons of cash. The software, the move. I mean, look, CA performs well. The Laco run mainframe business. The Brocade side of the house, the semantic side of the house, all good. VMware is going to be good, Pat. And I tell you, I'm being sincere when I say he is carrying the bags of customers out the door. Any sort of deal, midterm, long-term agreements that he had that he was able to shed, he shedded. He's okay with the 20-80 rule. He'll take the 20, 30% biggest group of customers, and then he'll let the long tail do what the long tail does. He'll make more money. He's chopped up the heck out of the cost structure of that business, and he will return capital to both the business and to shareholders. That's what he does well, Pat. The XPU part's really interesting because sell in, sell out, the design part, how much is going in, going out? It's going out a lot faster. I mean, these companies are spending a lot more on this stuff than maybe it's being consumed. And that's according to our data. But I think the consumption is going to start to ramp really fast as this killer inference workload starts to ramp. And XPUs are really, really in a good position, Pat. We're showing the XPU accelerator to be like 20% faster growth than the GPU. Now, having said that, I actually think it's going to be faster than that. I think that's a conservative outlook based upon sort of sentiment. And I don't think the market fully appreciates the sentiment about what an ASIC, a well-designed ASIC for, drug discovery, recommendation engines, filtering, can do in terms of lower power, performance, and cost. And of course, vertical integration and control. You'll never hear the cloud companies talk about vertical integration. They're all going to go down the path of vertical integration. And Broadcom's become really astute at building these XPUs. So they know the plan, they know the cost, they know the structure. And Hawk talked ad nauseum about how this kind of market pivot is going on. Pat, I actually think this is a killer business. And then, by the way, all this, we're barely even talking about the fact that networking, look, all these companies that don't want to be beholden, don't want to be locked into the kind of NVIDIA, InfiniBand, and in the rack, out of the rack, NVLink, who are they going to go to? Like, Broadcom is super well positioned in this particular space. That 12 billion number, here's my take on why the market, kind of crapped all over it, is they wanted it to be like 15. They were looking for some, it was the same as that whole kind of whisper number with NVIDIA, like, oh, they only are going to beat by 2.5 billion next quarter. It's like, that's not good enough. Look, they're trading at something like 26 times forward. It's not a super high multiple or premium for a company that's delivering 60x% EBITDA. They've diversified. They've got different businesses. Hawk always makes them profitable. And one other thing, Pat, the whole wireless and connectivity part of the business, the PC, the stuff they do with Apple and smart devices, the ramp on that is just starting. Meaning, like, that old kind of part of their business, they're not really on the AI side of Apple as much in the devices. But as this ramps, it becomes what I think will be one of the most popular parts. This iPhone 16, 17, Broadcom's got the most content out of any silicon provider to Apple. That partnership is deep, and we're not even seeing that in the numbers. That's the part that's lagging right now. So all of a sudden next year, with these new PCs, the new Macs, the new iPads, and the new phones, Broadcom will deliver. Pat, I'm super bullish on this one.